What is up, everybody? Welcome to episode 73 of the podcast. We are back in business on a Monday night.
73 intros, 73 times
Yes,
Matt had to put his stuff in the car. Guys,
on the way here, I was like putting like the mics and the camera in the car. I was like, I've done this 72 times. At least not with the mics, because we got mics around episode like 30, probably, I would say.
was that late?
I don't know. I remember when we got them. No, I don't think it was that late, because I was like,
we had that guy right there.
What was the longest running prop in our set? The Fight Geek sign?
Probably the sign.
This guy's was like the first ever thing we had, and there's a Christmas tree just on the floor.
There's fucking guys. We have the studio, obviously, but it keeps getting
bigger and bigger.
It keeps getting what's called ran through when we're gone. All right, there's a little rodent.
Someone was robbing this podcast studio.
Yeah, there's a little rodent coming up here, knocking our Christmas tree over, spreading.
And it's not a human.
Spreading, yeah, it's
not a human.
Guys, and they're spreading
allergies. They're putting cat hair all over the couch. Yeah, I'm dying every
guys,
time I come.
It's basically a fucking cat. All right, he keeps coming up here when we're not here. We just got to start locking the door. All right, guys.
So I think we gotta.
I think
we gotta buy a warehouse.
I think that the last 3 pods, me and Matt have been sniffling and sneezing because of this guy.
Yeah, dude. I'll like watch the edit. I'm just like, like, yo,
this thing might be right fucking under here. Like, honestly,
like,
guys,
I'm gonna start very allergenic.
Guys, I swear.
We're in a very allergenic location right now, but we got some fight stuff to talk about.
Guys, we haven't made a pod
starting with this weekend's event. UFC Saudi Arabia.
Guys, what the flip is going on in the UFC?
So the main event used to be Robert Whittaker versus Khamzat. Khamzat got food poisoning. And now we have Ikram Aliskerov.
Dude, it said he got food poisoning, but why in that hospital picture did it look like he was
I don't know, they covered his face. It was like, dude, does this dude like have Ebola or something?
Dude, he looked like he was dead. Do you remember the last time he got sick?
Dude, do you think it's like the weight cut? Because in my head I was like, should Khamzat go to light heavyweight?
Probably.
You know what I mean? Like, what would be a great first fight for Khamzat at light heavyweight? I
don't even know.
Let's run maybe
Anthony Smith.
Maybe Magomed.
Anthony Smith, Khalil Roundtree, one of those guys.
Magomed,
because he deserves that'd be a good fight. Ankalaev? Maybe. Yeah, I actually like that.
Because I think Khamzat will be overrated going into light heavyweight. Because those are that's a whole different game. That's in the 200s. Dude, you know what I mean?
Him pulling out,
that's 20 more pounds.
He's had not that many fights in the UFC, right? He came in like a savage, betting favorite.
Yeah.
He actually was
undefeated, right?
Yeah, dude, he was fighting everybody. He carried the Li Jing guy over to the Dana White. Yeah. Then all of a sudden he was fighting almost like 4 times a year, it seemed like.
Kind of exposed him.
Kevin Holland fight, and he was very active. But guys, now he's one of the most inactive fighters in recent history, and the fighter that I've seen with the most pullouts, guys. Since he has joined the UFC, he already has 6 pullouts. 6 pullouts. Now, his pullouts are very warranted. I just feel bad for him. It's almost like he looks like such a savage, and he is, right? Beating former pound-for-pound #1 Kamaru Usman. And, we want to see, what's next. Is he going to beat Robert Whittaker, get a title shot off the win, maybe?
This was a huge fight.
Yeah,
this was the biggest fight of his career.
He's getting sick, and I'm not blaming him. I pull out, obviously. every time he gets sick, it literally seems like he's dead.
Do you want to know what sucked about
about
Khamzat's relationship with Dana White? Like, Dana White came out and he was like, I really don't have the best communication with Khamzat, like where he lives and stuff. And like he didn't even know like what was going on. They just saw a picture of him. He's like, yo, what is good with this dude?
Yeah, like what?
But I mean, food poisoning, my experience with it put me on my ass for a day, and I was back at it. Yeah. You ever had it?
I'd like to say I have.
Nah, guess where I got it?
Everyone else.
Your favorite place,
yeah,
Chipotle.
Chipotle, guys. This guy, he got unlucky.
They must have just not cleaned their Cambro or some shit.
Yeah, so that's crazy. El Chipotle for that, but I've never had a bad experience ever.
Yeah, so Khamzat food poisoning. That leaves us with Robert Whittaker fighting Ikram. Dana White was like,
praise to Khamzat, but this fight is huge too. What's the name?
Ikram Aliskerov.
Ikram Aliskerov, guys. The last time he lost, and his only loss, was against Khamzat Chimaev in another MMA promotion.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah,
he got knocked out. Actually, nasty. It was a little. Khamzat was like, whoop. It was like a weird ass uppercut, and it just KO'd him clean. That's his only loss, guys. But this guy's a savage. Me and Matt were on lookout of this guy in his last fight.
Because did he fight Nasruddin Imavov?
Was it him?
Or like was he slated to fight Sean Strickland?
I thought so.
When he was on that little tear of like lower ranked fighters to get back to obviously like after he lost to Pereira. I don't remember. Well, he fought Magomed or no, Abus Magomedov. Remember that fight? So what, did he fight like Abus, and I guess Ikram? I don't know. I'm gonna have the
this is
matchup
a very sick
projection.
fight.
I'm gonna have
still.
the matchup.
Big risk by
story.
Robert Whittaker, right? Because he was fighting someone in Khamzat OUT where the betting lines were very close, and I think like Robert losing that fight wouldn't have been the worst thing, but also winning would have been absolutely fucking huge.
Yeah.
It would have been like probably the next title shot for him. But now he's fighting a guy lower in the rankings who has lost to Khamzat OUT.
Has all the hype in the world.
It's almost like now the odds are going to change, right? And everyone's going to... I guarantee Robert Whittaker is going to be the betting favorite come fight night and right now. But bigger risk because now he's fighting a lower ranked guy, and then it's like, does this even warrant him a title shot if he wins? But also, I don't know.
Especially when Sean Strickland's just staying at number 1.
And then on top of that,
I
heard that Sean Strickland, but he said no. And then if Rob wins...
You see who else they asked?
Who?
Bo Nickel. But they said he didn't have cell service.
He was
is he telling the truth on that?
No, he capped him.
But,
so, huge fight for Robert Whittaker. My prediction on that fight, honestly, I'm going to take Robert Whittaker. I think he's hungry. I think he's mad after the DDP loss. He went toe-to-toe with Paulo Costa. That was a sick fight. He's coming back. He was expected to fight Khamzat freaking Chimaev, bro. So, I think anybody else is like almost like a relief, right? Like if you're Robert Whittaker. So, I think now him getting a lesser opponent, he's not even going to look past him. I'm not saying he's looking past him, but I think he's ready.
So the original matchup, Khamzat Rob, I think I honestly like.
I liked Rob.
Yeah, I would do. I was leaning towards Rob, to be honest.
Wait, no, it's 5.
It would have been a 5-rounder.
Damn.
And I think Khamzat would have been able to like, obviously do damage in like the 1 round, second round.
It's like if he did what Kamaru Usman won, though, he would have won.
Like if the Usman fight was 5 rounds, Usman probably would have won. And if he's fighting Robert Whittaker, an actual middleweight.
An actual 5 rounds.
You know what I mean? An actual middleweight.
5 rounds. He's a former champion.
And I think Rob would just, have better cardio. Ray would have better cardio than Khamzat. But to the real fight, Ikram, he's a very dangerous fighter. Like we saw, what was that welterweight fight when it was like it's Jaquim Buckley.
He smashed him.
Jaquim Buckley versus some like crazy dude from...
Was it him?
From Russia. And now it's like, all right, it's another dude from Russia. He's got a lot of hype. Let's see what happens. Because recently, like, besides obviously like the Dagestani champions, like some boys been getting exposed,
right,
by Americans. I mean, this does not even have anything to do with, but it's like how it used to be like, oh, his last name starts with Magomedov. He's obviously gonna win. Like, nah, the Magomedov's been taking some losses. Like, obviously not the champions that are like that, but
yeah, if you're not Nurmagomedov, you're
so
not safe.
I think I'm gonna go with Rob here. He built momentum after beating Paulo. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like the DDP loss to him was like, yo, like I knew I could have done better. You know what I mean? Because I feel like Rob could have done better in that fight. And like I know he obviously wasn't happy with the knockout, but like I know it hit deeper than just not being happy with that performance. It's like who is that guy out there? It's not Robert Whittaker.
It's like I just let everyone down. He was
and like Paulo was the warm up. This is like I'm still here. You know what I mean? This is Robert Whittaker's I'm still here fight, and I think he's gonna get the dub.
Me too.
Saturday night.
Yeah, that's gonna be sick fight.
And then we do have to just talk about this co-main event as well. Sergey Pavlovich, if you guys remember him, he lost in the interim heavyweight fight.
He was on his way to be.
He
was on his way to tie
Saudi Arabia
or break the record for most first knockouts in a row without losing guys. He was on like I think he was on like a more than 6 fight win streak.
He was on like a 6 first round knockout.
He was on a
look at his. He
was at a 6 first round knockout streak. Probably even a bigger.
So he's fighting Volkov.
That's gonna be a sick fight.
Sergey is favored against Volkov. Obviously, Volkov is a veteran. He almost has 40 wins. He has 37 wins. Alexander Volkov. That is impressive, bro. It's very impressive. But yeah, let me just search up Sergey Pavlovich so we can just see his fight history real quick. Dude, 37 wins.
He was catching bodies for a minute.
He caught Curtis Blade's body. Now he's fighting for the title.
He caught bodies.
He's only lost to Tom Aspinall and Alistar Overeem. Respectable. Respectable. All right, so he got into the UFC. He loses his first fight against Alistar Overeem. And then he was like, all right, I'm going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 KOs/TKOs in a row, all in the span of 4 years.
6 fights in 4 years. Not great.
6 knockouts in a row, and then he loses in the interim heavyweight championship.
In the first round by knockout.
In the first round by knockout. He has like the shortest fight time, I think, damn near ever. Dude, look at this. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1.
Dude, the thing.
Dude, what is?
Yeah.
I'm screenshotting this.
But what's his name, bro? When the fight was coming out, they both shared like the same. They were both first and second for like every time stat of being in the octagon. Like most first round finishes, it was him. And
it was like the quickest fighters of all time.
Yeah,
squaring off in the interim heavyweight championship.
These guys have been in the octagon the least amount of time out of everyone in the UFC. It's crazy.
See if I could just screenshot this. Hey, there we go. This is a good ass post since it's Pavlovich fight week. You know what I mean?
So guys,
yeah, that's a good fight.
With that being said, I'm taking Pavlovich because dude is a dog.
Same dude.
Guys,
I almost forgot about him.
He just had 6 first round. Now let's not act like he didn't catch Tom, bro. In these heavyweight fights, it's always like they're gonna catch each other, but it's always like which one will get hit first. You know what I mean? Gonna really.
And that's what happened. Like he goes up against another hitter.
He landed on Aspinall. Unfortunately, I guarantee you, if he landed another punch like that on Aspinall, I would have put him out. But unfortunately, Aspinall landed one before he could land another one. That's what happens in the heavyweight division, guys. 6 first round knockouts. He almost broke the streak
in a row.
I think he tied for first with Mark Hunt or something on the
dude. That is crazy.
First round finishes. But guys, I'm rocking with Pavlovich. He's coming for heads.
I might have to put $1 on him too. No, I'm definitely rocking with Pavlovich, man. I think Volkov. I don't think he could strike with Sergey. As long as Sergey didn't make any declines, which I don't see why he would, especially after taking a loss. Yeah. It's like, yo, I'm giving it my all.
And he took a good amount of time off.
Because Sergey knows, like, if, let's say, Joan beats Stipe and retires, and Stipe retires, it's like, all right, he's right there, Sergey. Mm-hmm. Like, you lost to what will probably be the champion when Jones retires, Aspinall. So it's like, all right, I'll get back there. You know what I mean? He wins this fight. How about this?
You win this fight, Aspinall wins his next fight, John Jones retires, the rematch is already there. For the heavyweight title.
The real heavyweight title.
They're not just going to give it to Aspinall when Jones retires.
But you never know. Volkov could be like miracle last run.
Or Volkov. Yeah, right.
Get to 40 wins. He's at 37. He beats Sergey. And then he'll beat Blades. No, Sergey. He'll beat Almeida. And then he'll beat the champion.
And then
whoever it may be.
He retires.
And he retires with 40 wins. That would be insane. But no, I'm going with Sergey Pavlovich, man. He is just a beast. I'm honestly so hyped for him to fight, bro. Let me just make sure that the Coco main event isn't something crazy we should be talking about. You know what I mean? Yeah. Just to make sure we're not missing anything. Okay. Kelvin Gastelum and Daniel Rodriguez. Daniel Rodriguez was like, he got popped, I think. And he was out for a minute.
Did he?
So D-Rod's back. Kelvin Gastelum. Keep in mind, this is welterweight. Gastelum has moved down. He's sticking to it. I kind of want to go with D-Rod here, bro. Like he's hungry. He's back after like. He's like, let me show
I'm gonna go D-Rod too because Kevin Gastelum should have retired after he
legit, bro.
Almost beat.
Why is he only 32? Kelvin Gastelum should be like 40, bro. D-Rod's 37.
I lost my respect for Kevin Gastelum when I saw the nastiest staph infection. Yeah, I was like, oh, that's fucking no. No, for real,
dude. It's actually a nice ass card. Let me keep going. There's an opponent TBA still. Mystery fighter Mohamed Naimov has an opponent to be determined from America. So that's hype. Johnny Walker is starting off the main card. Who is Voldan Ozdemir? I never heard of him.
Yeah, I don't know.
I kind of want to go with Ozdemir here. Like,
I kind of want to go Johnny Walker.
Okay.
Fucking mean.
Oh, this dude's fighting. The Pirate. Let's go. I've never seen him fight.
The Pirate. Oh, Saeed.
He's 12-0. Shada Magomedov.
Saeed
now we will see what we were talking about, how Dagestani's been losing. Undefeated Dagestani record on the line. Jared Gordon versus Nasrat. This is a good fight. Nasrat's only 28. These dudes.
Jared Gordon got robbed on.
Has he fought since that? I honestly don't know. Ooh, this dude. I know you've seen this dude's face. Rinat Fakhretdinov. Wait, hold up. His last win was like something crazy, bro. I swear to God. I said, oh, he submitted Kevin Lee. So this dude, Rinat.
Oh, I do remember that.
When it was like, who's this dude that just beat Kevin Lee? He's 21-1-1. Dude, Rinat is a beast. I'm going Rinat. And then yeah. But dude, this is gonna be an awesome card. Looking at it, bro. This is like, obviously, if you don't know, like, if you haven't been watching for the UFC, you haven't seen these. Like, that's the good part of, like, we're finally getting some years watching the UFC now. It's not just like we know these people, which is dope. You know what I mean? We're actually getting in the sport.
Dude, fucked up Kevin Lee.
But that's UFC Saudi Arabia. UFC 303 has got flipped upside down, stomped on, chewed, spit out, and it's here. Honestly, some could argue better.
Some will argue better.
Quality-wise.
Some will argue better. I will not, because, guys, come on. You see the shelf back there, man? We got the proper 12 Irish whiskey.
This is Kyle's Conor McGregor shrine.
The reason we watched the sport, this guy, guys, he pulled out of the fight. Now, guys, we hate to see it. We really wanted to see Conor fight, because we don't know when his last time is going to be in there.
That could have been it.
We could have already saw his last time in there when he snapped his titanium shin, guys. But I want to first talk about the disrespect on Conor's name, which is classic, because when you are the biggest UFC star in the world, it's not going to be all love.
It's not going to be easy.
And you're not going to see more love than hate. You know what I mean? Because the haters hate. The love is just, you're there. I love Conor McGregor.
Lovers don't love everything.
Because I love Conor McGregor and I'm not on there like typing and shit. But in order to be a hater, you got to actually be typing. Yeah. So yeah, Conor's the hate for him. The love is unconditional as well, but the hate is unreal.
And obviously, especially with social media, bro. Like, X is going to be so toxic for Conor McGregor fans.
And I'm pretty sure
it's just automatic.
On the last podcast talking about this, I was like, Conor's never pulled out of a fight. He has no reason to now. And I was standing by that. I was like, I know he's going to fight, blah, blah,
Crazy
blah.
Story, guys. I posted last week's podcast where we're like, do we think the McGregor fight's happening? And we're like, yeah. Then I post it. That same night, they announce. Dana White comes out. Guys, Conor McGregor is injured.
Yeah, so guys,
has an injury.
I sat there on the podcast saying, hey man, he's never pulled out of a fight. He has no reason to now. It's his last fight. Who cares if he's injured? Get in there. But guys, now that the more I thought of it and the more I've been seeing some of the people comment, guys, it makes sense to pull out, right? You're a fighter who's coming off of one of, if not the absolute worst injury the UFC has ever seen, tied with Anderson Silva and Weidman. Snapping a bone like that completely in half is unreal. No one's came back after an injury like that and been the same, right? So we wanted to see Conor come back, see what he can do with the titanium shin. Out for 3 years, And I thought, and now I'm thinking, right? Like, because before I just said, I was like, man, why'd he pull out, man? Come back. Fuck whatever injury it was. But now I'm like, dude, he just came back from one of the worst injuries of all time. And, if he does return, it's going to be his last return. So why rush the return when you're injured and it's probably your last fight, right? Dude. If Conor's truly injured again, why would he want to go get even more injured, right? This isn't like pre-Conor, who doesn't have a double champ status or fought Floyd Mayweather or has the biggest whiskey brand in Ireland. No, this is a Conor who owns
the bare knuckle FC.
This is a Conor who already has it all. So why not pull out of a fight and come back when you're healthy?
Do you want to know what's crazy, bro? You know Conor McGregor's a superstar, and when you Google him, his Instagram comes up before his ESPN.
Yeah, right.
Every other fighter is like, all right, their ESPN stats. But I just want to see Conor's. So July 10th, 2021. I don't even know if Fight Geeks was made, yo.
It wasn't.
What if I could just Google when was Fight Geeks made? Fight Geeks became a thing in November 2021, right? Last time Conor fought? July 2021.
So it was around.
So Fight Geeks has been a thing, and Conor McGregor hasn't fought throughout all of Fight Geeks history. We've never had a Conor McGregor fight. We've never actually gotten to talk about a Conor McGregor fight that happens, predict, react, and analyze. We haven't been able to do that. And we're still fans somehow. Like, what are we doing, bro? Realistically. Why are we fans of something that we've never actually, experienced as, like, true fight fans? You know what I mean? We just hear about all these.
Because he had the worst injury in the history of the sport.
I know.
I'll wait for him to come back.
I mean, we did watch the fight, but just, I don't, like, what were we doing?
That's
crazy. We would just watch a fight and just go home.
I was watching Conor Khabib, and
yeah, but do you even really remember that, bro?
Yep. Connor's was
do you even know who Khabib was during that?
I did.
All right, respect.
I was a fan. I just didn't cover it.
You a fan. Yeah, you were a Khabib fan. Then you watched the Conor fight.
No, I was not a Khabib fan ever in my life.
Guys, I used to be a Khabib fan. Then I watched the Conor fight.
I was only a Conor fan because I became a Conor fan because Conor told me about Conor. Conor told me about Conor, and then I became a fan. So we were at Edison on the night of the Khabib fight, and I was so hyped to go home and watch it. So we ran home. I was with Cody, too. I was watching the McGregor fight. I was so hyped. Came out there, sick walkout. Khabib. I was a fan, but I didn't really know the magnitude of the moment, right? Because, this was literally the biggest UFC fight of all time. And I'm sitting there watching it. Then 40 seconds before the fight ends, because like they're on the ground, Conor calls me. He's like, Conor tapped. I'm like, bro, I'm behind. And then he's like, he's jumping the cage. Khabib's jumping the cage. And Conor's calling me, telling me how Conor's tapped and Khabib's jumping the cage. So as Khabib's jumping the cage, I see Khabib's jumping the cage. I see Conor on my screen tapping. I'm like, yo.
Damn. That's funny, though.
So the UFC.
Why did he instantly call you?
Dude, well, because we went home to watch it, and he thought I wasn't going to be able to watch it, but I found it.
What,
I just ended up paying for it. Ended up paying.
You bought it?
Yeah.
You bought your first? Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
We always buy it.
Obviously buy it. So I did what we always did, which is buy it.
Yeah.
And
for years.
What's crazy, it was the same way that we buy it now is how I bought it back then.
Yeah, ESPN.
I just love Conor, and I loved the villain thing, you know, like I like the flashy, I like everything about it.
He likes the bad guy.
Yeah.
He likes the bad guys in sports.
We like the underdogs.
I don't blame you, bro.
Why would you want the favorite to win, realistically?
It's like if Tom Brady didn't have any competitiveness to him, he wouldn't be as enjoyable to watch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he's nudging guys. He's nudging.
No, but I also think
throwing dots over them.
I think the homo guys for winning a lot because they make it better. Because like when Islam keeps winning, I get so mad. I'm like, but then when he loses, it makes it so much better. But I wouldn't be able to enjoy a loss if he wasn't winning. You know what I mean? So yeah, get a few wins, but lose.
But yeah, like Conor, bro.
I want to see it all. I like upsets.
It's unfortunate. Chandler, McDana was like, fight this.
Chandler's a dunce.
Someone check on Chandler. I sent that in the Fight Geeks group chat.
Did you see the post he made? He was like, "Don't feel sorry for me." He said, "Don't disrespect me by feeling sorry for me. Don't disrespect me by feeling." He said basically feeling sorry for me in a different fucking way of saying it.
If you're a fighter, you cannot take this time off and come back the same. I'm sorry.
Wait, but
I don't even think.
I know it's so sick. Imagine how much that favors McGregor, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because McGregor was like injured, he actually couldn't. But like sitting out, like how has Chandler not gotten comfortable with not having to actually, like obviously he was training for this fight.
Well, how about this? What if he overtrains or and then overtrains and then forgets how to fight because he's overlifting weights and overdoing everything else but fighting, dude? Like this is why it's gonna help Conor. The longer this fight sits out, the more it favors Conor.
Like Chandler cannot be inactive for this long, like
because it's almost been 2 years for Chandler, which is.
I mean, we did see GSP be successful with it, but that's freaking GSP. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
I think yeah, if they reschedule it, we'll have to see how Chandler's doing. That's for sure. But there's a whole new card, and we're gonna go through it.
Only a couple new. There's 3 new fights. That's it.
3 new fights, guys. Conor McGregor out. So is the card better? Probably in terms of like today's MMA fighting, because Conor probably his last fight. Chandler could on the verge of his end of his career. Still like the card better with Conor because Conor's our boy. But guys, this card is still sick, and honestly,
it is.
I'm pretty excited for it.
So first off, it was Jamal versus Khalil. Khalil backed out. Now Jamal backed out, and it's a whole new fight. It's Anthony Smith, Carlos Ulberg.
Different fight. They said fuck you, Roundtree.
Yeah, both guys dropped out of the fight.
No, wait, like 4 guys, right? Or no, 3 guys. Roundtree, Jamal Hill, and then who was Jamal Hill supposed to fight? Did he just get fucked?
He was supposed to fight Ulberg.
Oh, Ulberg's still fighting? Okay.
And he's fighting Smith. So Anthony Smith's back after getting.
Yo, he said some crazy shit. He said like my ACL is torn. I got like.
He was like, I'm ready to go into the fight.
He's like, I pulled out 3 full he posted on Twitter 3 full syringes from a sack at that build with fucking some bullshit in the back. And now all I'm saying is what the fuck? He was.
Why is he posting that?
Yeah, bro. He's like.
That's nasty, bro.
No, he flexed it because he posted 1, 2. He was like, there's 3 more than in the picture. Anyway, guys, Jamal Hill. Speaking of Jamal Hill, real quick, he's been acting very sorry over his loss. But I actually saw a post that it was
2 months later.
Is being delusional the best base in MMA? Because think about it. No matter what the fans say, Jamal Hill fully believes in his mind what he is saying. He doesn't care.
That's crazy.
What his fans saying or what UFC fans or his haters are saying. He fully believes in his head that he lost to Alex Pereira because of the weird moment and that he's going to knock him out when they fight again. But guys, is that low-key not the best base for him? Why would you not want to be that way? Because imagine you're realistic about it. You're like, fuck, Alex Pereira's just better than me. You'd be scared to go into a fight with him again. But no, he wants to fight him right now.
He's like,
and honestly,
that was a fluke.
That's low-key the best base, bro. I'm just saying.
Connor's like, I was beating the blood in that off.
I was beating the blood in that off him. He used the shy dog to close.
He wasn't delusional though.
This is not over. Hey, baby. Yeah. So
yeah, that's
new main event.
New co-main event as well. Brian Ortega
Oh, that's
versus Diego Lopez, bro. Diego Lopez is going from like here on the rankings to like, all right.
And then Brian Ortega's coming right back in the fire. He came back, fought former interim champion Yair Rodriguez.
Submitted him.
In an absolute war. He got his head beaten. Dude, when I saw the significant strikes.
T-City, man.
When you pull up the significant strikes on that fight, it's like 48-2 in the first round. All Yair Rodriguez.
Is T-City actually back, though? Is T-City actually back?
We don't know.
So we're going to find that out against the Red Hang Hot.
Putting an up-and-comer, which is a huge fight, because if you lose,
dude, Diego's good. I'm sorry. Dude, I'm going to say it.
If you lose, early prediction, I'm taking him, bro. Honestly.
I'm betting on him.
So you got an up-and-comer with literally nothing to lose.
Yep. Everything to gain.
He loses, it's like,
it's
the third-ranked guy in the entire world. You win, oh my god, you just beat the third-ranked guy in the world.
And now you are in contention for a title shot in the future.
That's huge. A huge fight. I love that fight. It literally came out of nowhere, right? Like, you know, Pereira, Yuri, there was already like some leaks about that fight.
There was some stuff about this fight.
What, Yuri Pereira?
No,
or Lopez, there was?
Yeah, yeah. Like a day or two before.
Okay.
So
I think I saw Yuri at like some random ass fight in the middle of nowhere saying, "I'm replacing McGregor." I'm not even gonna lie, I saw that.
So
what's
that
the
leads us to
third
the main
fight
event. Yuri and Pereira.
Oh yeah.
So rematch.
That's the new fight.
Rematch for Aura.
Honestly though, people were like saying this rematch wasn't good or warranted or like deserved really by Yuri, but to me, if you look at the first fight, in that first round, very close first round, I gave Yuri the round, very close. I'm not saying he dominated it, but Yuri was landing and piecing up Pereira like Jamal Hill did not. Okay, so I think, and then people are saying Ankalaev deserves it, which if you look at his last three, he's 1-1 and 1. How that warrants you a title shot? I think UFC needs to stop this narrative of like what the fans want, what's better for like numbers, like the Poirier title shot undeserved, and these undeserved title shots need to stop. Let's be honest, he does not deserve a title shot. The Pereira or the Yuri rematch actually makes sense because the first fight was so good, and then you had the questionable early stoppage. So who knows? I think this fight's gonna be sick. We get to see one of the sickest stare downs again.
Yeah, and dude, hear me out. Yuri's last fight at UFC 300 was when he absolutely worked.
Yeah. That was a good fight.
Who did he fight again at 300?
Couldn't tell you. Oh, it was.
I think Yuri actually absolutely worked Rakic. He did get hit a little bit, but like didn't let him stop him. And Pereira also wrecked Jamal Hill. They're still the two best guys. This fight makes sense. You know what I mean?
Especially the first one.
Who else makes sense? They both just had banger wins.
If this was a Jamal Hill rematch, that's what I would say made no sense. But you have Yuri, who was low-key winning the first round in the Pereira fight.
He put on a fight.
And then had a questionable stoppage. Why not make this rematch happen? Perfect time to do it.
Dude, this fight, quality-wise, fight, like actual fight-wise, this is better than the McGregor fight.
It's going to be a sick fight,
obviously, I'll be hyped for the McGregor fight, but it's like, we're like the boys who cried McGregor fight, bro. It's like, oh, he's going to fight next year, this fall, this summer, this winter, this August.
I want Church of Biggest, I want Church of
We're hyped for this fight. More than the McGregor fight in fight terms.
In terms of the sport right now, because this
is the biggest fight.
The McGregor fight was more something just for
in terms of the sport right now, this is the biggest fight.
That's what I mean,
right now.
I agree.
Pereira.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
The McGregor fight was more just like for the fans, the OGs, the reason we got into the sport, but it wasn't like, ooh, Conor wins this, he gets a title shot.
So we thought June was done for, basically, but then the UFC pulled some strings. Hunter Campbell, Dana White.
They pulled the rabbit out of the fucking hat.
This is it's going to be a good-ass month.
Still a good month, guys.
I'm really hyped for, Sergey, Whitaker, Jared Gordon even.
And then, guys, we actually, leading into you talking about the rest of this month, and not only this month, the future of the UFC, guys, Israel Adesanya.
August.
Coming back, 305. It just came out. Izzy said, I'm leaking it early. He didn't even care. He posted on Instagram himself. It was a kind of a hard caption. You know, Izzy.
Because the video of Dricus came out saying, I haven't heard anything.
He did. That's true. Fuck. Izzy low-key has those cringy, witty quotes all the time. But the one he said about the belts was low-key hard. He said, people keep saying,
belts, I come for heads.
People keep saying, I hope you get your belt back. He's like, I don't want my belt back. I have belts. Because he does, dude. He's got a case of belts, bro. So that was low-key hard. He always has, like, some weird... He's talking like Vic Blends. You know that guy? Dude, like, stop talking...
What do you want to be when you grow up?
Stop talking in quotes. One time in your life. Ass dude. But guys, that fight's gonna be sick.
I can't wait.
I see a lot of people saying this is the undeserved title shot. Absolutely, guys. But did you see
the little like leak in the war room? It was like Adesanya was on there. So was Kai Kara France.
Oh, and Song Yadong. So actually, what I want to say about that is this fight's sick because
it was like Drakkar Close versus DJ or Dan Hooker.
People are saying, what about Sean? What about Strickland? I think if Izzy wins this, the immediate Strickland rematch. Because Strickland's waiting. Yeah. He said it on Twitter. He's waiting for a title shot. What else does Strickland have to do to get a title shot? He just beat Paulo Costa.
He went to war with the champ.
Arguably won the championship fight. If not, at least the judge had him winning it. On top of that, he could sit down and wait for the title shot. And I think if Izzy wins, it sets up a perfect rematch. And even if DDP wins, I think it's a perfect rematch. Well, because Izzy's coming back now.
It's confirmed.
At that fulfillment, it wasn't announced yet.
So Kyle predicted the future.
Early prediction, guys. I want Adesanya because I texted you earlier. I said, "Yo, this would be the first 3 times champ." Yeah. In terms of reclaiming a belt, because they do that in boxing all the time. Like 2-time champion. How many times have you gotten your belt respectfully?
Dude, I was even trying to think. I was like, okay, Oliver had a second chance, but he didn't get it.
But all I'm saying, guys, is contender Izzy is a different breed, bro. Contender Izzy with the Rob knockout to become middleweight champion. You remember that
Pereira knockout in the blue shorts.
The first Robert Whittaker, the Pereira knockout, the Paulo Costa. Actually, that was while he was champ. But so contender knockouts would be like the war with Gastelum. That was a knockout, but that was just a sick fight. The Pereira, there's a lot. Contender Izzy, man, is scary.
We're hyped. We're excited for the rest of the summer in UFC terms. And yeah, we're going to be back for episode 74. I don't know when we're going to do it, to be honest.
Yeah, me either, but
we'll figure it out. We'll obviously predict.
Well, it could be Saturday because we want to watch those fights.
Yeah, true, bro.
I'm trying to watch those fights.
Wait, what time is it going to be on in Saudi Arabia, though? Bro, if it's at like 3 p.m. UFC. Wait. I don't know what time it's at. I need to search it up. Man. Let's see what it says. 3 p.m., dog. Wait, I'm off this Saturday.
Wait, so maybe I'm not off, but maybe we could watch it.
What time do you work till?
We could probably make the last 2 fights for sure. No, I should be up at like 6.
Damn.
We can make the last. Wait, no, maybe the
starts at 3.
Main card 7. Main card 7.
Main card at 3. Oh my UFC, man. Bro, I just got so let down. At least we could react to it. But guys, that was episode 74. Guys, episode 73, we're calling it a wrap. It was a great episode because tons of news happened. It's a Monday night where
Izzy in, Connor out, Pereira in, a lot of crazy stuff. Khamzat out, guys. June was looking bad, but now it's looking good. June was looking great. It was looking in shambles. It was looking even better now. So who knows, guys? Great couple months coming up for the UFC. Yeah,
and I honestly can't wait for the inside the UFC of like behind the scenes of them making
them shitting themselves with Conor.
It's like, yo, Conor's injured. And I forgot to mention this earlier. Conor was injured before the press conference.
Yeah, like
hit it for that long from us. So,
it was like a day
guys, we're going to be predicting this weekend, reacting, chilling, and we'll see you in episode 74. Peace.
Peace, guys.
Animal.